Welcome back to If Just for Today. I'm your host, Craig G. I'm grateful that you came back, and I hope you're finding these informative. Today, I'm going to be discussing If Just for Today, let me be gentle and kind to myself. Now, I know many will take this meaning that sitting back and having a day of rest and what have you, and that is okay to do at times, without question. But my being gentle and kind to myself is like an iceberg. That is the top portion of the iceberg. The real depth, which is in an iceberg's case, about 80% of it is below the surface. And so, what do I mean by being gentle and kind to myself? Well, being responsible, being caring, and understanding what I do has consequences, and that those consequences I can alter by being more responsible in what I do. Um, and I am a big believer in being kind and gentle to oneself. I'm also a huge believer in being a person that honors God, and that means being accountable. That means being responsible. You know, probably one of the best ways for me to say this is one might think going and treating themselves to a cup of $5 coffee a day is being gentle and kind to themselves. That may be, but if you're a person that is, like most people, struggling to get ahead, that is not at all being gentle and kind to yourself. And why do I say that? Because that $5 cup of coffee over the course of 10 years is going to cost you $17,000. Over the course of 20 years, it's going to cost you $34,000. $34,000 that you could put to things that you'll need as you get older, things that you'll need that are unexpected. So when I'm talking about being gentle and kind to myself, I'm talking about thinking about the choices I make, the options I have. And if I want to make those choices, it's okay. But understand when things go wrong, I have a big part in my own accountability. Unfortunately, we live in a society today that is teaching us all the wrong messages. It's actually teaching us not to be accountable. We'll forgive student loans. We'll forgive this. We'll forgive that. Well, I don't believe in that. I'm sorry. I worked hard my whole life. I paid every bill. And I saved. And I did without many things. So I would have choices that I have today. And that's my message, is trying to carry forward, to think further through that initial desire of want. There's so many things I want in life that I can't have. It's just the journey of life. And I'm okay with that. What I'm not okay with myself, in the past, I wasn't okay with that. Past, I wanted what I wanted when I wanted it. You know, I plan, God laughs, I like to say. So today, I've tried to hold myself accountable, not only to the 12 steps that I have my own, they're based off of the original, but definitely hold myself to the If Just for Today's, because it helps keep me focused. It helps keep me centered. Helps keep me also humbled. This is something that is difficult. It requires sacrifice, and most people don't want sacrifice. And again, as I've said from day one, I know most people won't like this and may choose, and many, and most of them, whatever, may choose not to do it. And that's okay. It's your freedom of choice. But for those who really want to have more control in their life and to work to that place of serenity. Now, serenity is not a place you're going to be able to live in all the time, because life has a lot of challenges and a lot of unforeseen pitfalls. But the more that you are accountable, the more you have thought these things through, the much greater your chance is to be able to find greater periods of serenity. We live in a world today that many people are very unhappy. That's just a reality. They take antidepressants, sleeping pills, this, that, whatever. That's a choice. It's an option. It's not the option I want to live by. I want to have as much control as I can of my life. I don't want to be that ship at sea in a storm that has no captain, that has no power of journey, and I'm at the winds of the storm, not knowing where I'm going to end up. Another example is the example of exercise. Most people don't like exercise. And as many of you know, I swim an hour every day. I've been doing this for over 50 years. I'm not going to tell you that when I go in, I'm looking forward to doing it. I have made it a lot more comfortable for myself. And for me, my choice has been that I use that hour of prayer, praying to God, asking for guidance, and also being grateful, having gratitude. Now, over the 50 years, I've done approximately over 16,500 miles. I mean, hours of swimming. I've probably done well over 20,000 miles, but that's neither here nor there. The point I'm getting at is, why have I done this almost every day for over 50 years? At the time when I started, I had no idea the benefits that it would have for me. The benefit of that, it A, helps my health, physical health. It definitely helps my mental health, but it's also a sacrifice. And what do I mean by that? I'm sacrificing 2 hours a day, an hour of the exercise, and usually a half hour getting there and half hour getting back. So that's 2 hours out of my span of waking hours that I've made a choice to commit to something with no guarantees. There are no guarantees in life, except that we die and that the mortuary has people dying to get in to see them. Those are the only two guarantees. And yes, of course, the old one of paying taxes. But we now live in a society where even that is in question. But I don't want to get into that. I hope this is helping about what I'm trying to convey, and that I don't care where you are in your life, you can make choices that will alter it for the better. And you can make choices that will alter it for the worse. Or you could be that ship in the ocean during a storm that you don't make any choice and you're just at the whims of whatever. I'm hoping that these videos will inspire people to want to think about what they truly want and not just follow the crowd. Because of the crowd doing it, that's why I should do it. I'm so grateful to God today that I was always an outcast. And what do I mean by that? That I was always different from others. I wasn't one to follow the crowd. And today I definitely do not follow the crowd. Again, very grateful to God for that blessing and that grace. If you do like these videos, I humbly ask you if you would consider forwarding them to friends and family and anyone else that you think could appreciate them. Also, if you like them, I would appreciate if you would go to the YouTube channel, which is on the bottom left-hand corner of your screen, which is youtube.com/@ if just for today, and hit the subscribe and the like button. And if you want to leave a comment, I'd be very grateful for that as well. Again, I thank you for allowing me into your home and to share my thoughts with you. Again, I appreciate all of you. I'm very grateful for you, and you have a wonderful day, if just for today.